Okay, so good morning to everyone. So today we will basically see the implementation. So in the previous class, we have discussed about how we can find a Hamiltonian cycle. So now we will see that how we can, using the following algorithm, we will see how the Hamiltonian cycle we can implement. So a graph will be given, and from there, how through using the algorithm, how we will find the our Hamiltonian cycle, we will see today. So first you see there is the graph given. So this is the graph given, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 vertices are present, and this is the our adjacency matrix. This is the adjacency matrix which we have. This is the adjacency matrix, and in this adjacency matrix the values are given. Okay, so after that we have to use an array. We have to, like this, we have to use an array. Now in this array, there are, how many index will be present? There are 5 vertices. So in this array, there will be 5 index. Because there are 5 vertices present, so that's why there will be 5 index. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's why there is 5 index present. Now why this array is used? Now this array is used for finding the cycle. So whenever all the values will be filled, that means whenever in the index, in all the index that is present, all the values will be filled, then the cycle, we say that the cycle is found, and we will display the result. So that means initially there will be array present, and in this array initially the value filled will be 0. So we will fill the value as 0 initially, and the number of vertex present in the graph, the array size will be same. So 5 vertices, that's why 5 index, and initially all the index will contain 0, and whenever all the vertices, all the index have some value, we will complete the, after putting the values, it will be completed, then we will say that the cycle is found. So let's start. So step 1, what is the step 1? So in step 1, you see we will use an array, and in this array the 5 index, because 5 vertices are present, and all of this index, all the index contain 0 value here. Initially we put zeros here. Okay, so now we are considering our starting vertex as 1. We are considering our starting vertex as 1. So our starting vertex as 1 means we will put one value. First we will put one value in the first index, because we are considering that the first vertex, we are starting, our starting point is the from first vertex. So that's why we will put 1 in the first index. So after put 1, let's say this is 0 now. Okay, so now here it is all zeros, and only we put 1 in the first index. Then next step, what we will do? Then next step, we will try to put in this our next index. We will try to put in our next index with some value. So first we will try, instead of 1, we will put, instead of 0, we will put 1 here. But we cannot use 1, because if we put 1, that this 1 is appearing previously, because in the first index we have already put the value 1. So that means we cannot put value 1 here. So we will put the next value. So after 1, what value came? The value came is 2. So in the next step, you see I have put the value 1, because initially it is 0. After 0 we put 1 here, but we cannot put 1 here because 1 is previously appearing. So that's why we cannot put 1 here, and that means we will put the next value. We will try and we will put the next value. So after 1, the next value is 2. So in this case, we will put the 2 here. Now, whenever we will put the value 2, we will check that from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, is there any index present? That means we will check now in the adjacency matrix. So 1, 2, yes, there is an index, there is an present, there is an edge present from 1 to 2. That means after putting the value, we will check that if there is an edge present or not. So from 1 to 2, there is an edge present. Yes, so that means we can put here, let's say we are putting now 1, and we able to put the value 2 here also, because from 1 to 2 there is an edge present, and here it is 0, it is 0, and it is again 0. So for first and second index, for first and in case of first and second index, we have put the values here. So the values we are able to put, and there is a edge present. So 2 can be placed here. 2 can be placed here. And with this, we will draw a state space tree. With this, we will use a state space tree. And in this state space tree, it will be 1, and this will be connected with 2. So the state space tree will look like this. Then our next index is what? The next index is 3. So here in the 3, first we will put the value 1, but we cannot put the value 1 because 1 is previously appearing. The next we will try to put the value 2, but 2 also previously appearing. So that means we will have to check the next value. Now in the next value, what value we'll put? Then after 2, the next value is 3. But whenever we will put the 3, we will check with the previous value, that is 2. So that means we have to check that is there any edge between 2 and 3? Is there any edge between 2 and 3? So let's see in the adjacency matrix 2 to 3. Yes, there is 1. That means the edge is present. So 3 can be put here. So we can able to put 3 here, and here we will use in the state space tree 3 here. Okay, then next we have to check the next index. In the next case, we have to check the next index. So next index, in case of next index also, we will check what? We will check first, we will put the value 1, but 1 will be not possible, previously appearing. 2 will also not possible because 2 is already appeared. 3 is also not possible because 3 is already appeared. So now we will put 4 here. We will put 4 here because after 3 the 4 came. So we will put 4 here. But whenever we will put the 4 value with the previous value, we will check that there is a edge present or not. That means we will check between 3 to 4 there is edge present or not. So 3 to 4, is there any edge present? Yes, 3 to 4 there is an edge present. So that means we can take the value 4 also. So that means 4 will also be added in the state space tree. So 4 will also be added into the state space tree. Then up till now it is completed. So our next vertex is 5. So that means in case of this 5 index, we will put 1, 2, 3, 4, but no value will be possible because all of these values are appeared previously. So in the index 5, we'll put 5 now. Now, whenever we'll put 5, we'll check with the previous value, that means 4. So we'll check that there is an edge present between 4 and 5. Is there any edge between 4 and 5? Yes, there is an edge between 4 to 5. Yes. So that's why 5 value can also be taken. So 4 to 5 will write another 4 to 5, another will be created. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after that 5, that means we will then again have to, for Hamiltonian cycle, checking the Hamiltonian cycle, we have to see that there is a, that after visiting all the vertices, we have to move to the starting vertex again. So that means here our last vertex is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the vertices we have visited. That means we have to return from 5 to 1. So is there any edge between 5 to 1? Let's see, is there any edge between 5 to 1? Yes, from adjacency matrix, we are seeing that there is an edge between 5 to 1. So that means this is a solution. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then again return to 1. This is a solution. This is a possible solution. But we know that there will be multiple cycles present in a graph. There will be multiple Hamiltonian cycle present. So let's see another. Let's see that if there another our cycles present or not, another cycle. This is a cycle we have already get. This is a cycle. So finding like this, from finding the cycles, we have to perform like this. Okay, so this is the step by step how we find the cycles, how we find the Hamiltonian cycle in a graph. But we already know we have to check that if there are multiple cycles present or not. It may be possible that the multiple cycles can be present in a graph. So let's see one by one if there are any other cycles present or not. Till now it is clear. Till now it is clear. Okay. So first cycle we already get. First cycle we already get. Now what the three steps, the three ways we are performing that, what are we are checking? Then the checking in the bounding function, the checking in the bounding function is going like that, that we are first checking that the duplicate value cannot be taken. We have already seen that 1 is previously appearing. That means we cannot take the value 1 in next. If 2 is also appearing, then we cannot take the 2 value. So that's why, that means duplicate values cannot be taken. The steps we have already seen that during the case when 1 and 2 are previously appeared, we cannot take the value 1 and 2 in the index. In case of index value, in that case, we cannot able to take 1 and 2. We have to check the next value, that means 3. So because 1 and 2 are previously appeared, that is what I am saying, that duplicate we will checking in the bounding function, the duplicate values cannot be taken. Then next, what we check, another checking is that whenever we take the vertex, there should be an edge from the previous one. So that's what we have seen, that we are every time when we are putting the values, after putting the values, we are checking that there is an edge present or not. That means using the adjacency matrix, every time when I put the value, after putting the value, I am checking the previous one, and if there is an edge present, then we are saying that this value can be valid. That is what we are seeing, that step by step when I show that these operations we are performing each time. And last vertex, when we will reach to the last vertex, then there should be an edge to the first vertex. If so, then we are getting the answer. So these three checking conditions we are checking every time. We already seen that these checking conditions we are seeing every time. So that means we have already found. So these three conditions we are checking every time to find our cycle, to find our Hamiltonian cycle. These conditions we are checking, that the duplicate values cannot be taken. Whenever we will take the vertex, there should be an edge from the previous one, and the last vertex, if we're taking the last, already reached to the last vertex, then we will check that there is an edge to the first vertex or not, that there is an edge present to the first vertex or not. If all these conditions satisfied, that means our Hamiltonian cycle, we have got a Hamiltonian cycle. So that's how we get a cycle, Hamiltonian cycle in a graph. But we know that we have to check multiple cycles, because in a graph there maybe we already seen that there will be multiple cycles present in a graph. So let's again, we do not stop this here. we will check. Now here we already get a cycle, but we will not stop here, and we will check that if another cycles or another cycles are possible or not. So let's say then what we will do. So that means we have already reached here. Our array is like this. Till now the array is like this. So after putting the 5 in the fifth index, that means after putting the 5 in the fifth index, we have get the result. And we check that from 5 to 1, because we are considering our starting vertex 1. So from 5 to 1, is there any edge present? So if there is an edge present, that means our cycle is created. So this is the cycle from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5, and 5 to 1. So this will be a Hamiltonian cycle. Now we have to find the next cycles that there is present or not. So we have already reached 5. That means all the vertices we have already visited. So after putting 5 in the fifth index, we will put 0 here. So that means finally we have reached final vertex we have reached. So that means whenever the final vertex will be reached, we will put next value. Then next value is what? The next value will be 0, because already we have reached everything, because already we have reached all the vertices. So that means initially, again after 5, there is nothing, no vertices are present. That means we have to go to the initial value again. Now the initial value already we have seen, the initial value is 0. So directly we will put 0 in the fifth index. Now whenever we will put the zeros in the fifth index, that means we have to go to the previous step. That means whenever we will put 0, that means we have to go to the previous step. We have to go to the previous step. So that means previous step here, the value is 4. So the value is 4 here. So our next value. So we have to take the next value. Now we have to take the next value. So after 4, what is the next value? After 4, the next value is 5. So we will put 5 here. Now when we will put 5, we have to check that there is an edge present or not. That means with its previous value is what? 3. So that means between 3 and 5, is there any edge present? Between 3 and 5, is there any edge present? So that means we have to check in the edge. Let's say we go to the adjacency matrix and see that there is an edge present between 3 to 5. Is there any edge between 3 to 5? 0. No. That means there is no edge present between 3 to 5. So there will be no edge present between 3 to